Hi everybody. I have just enjoyed my garden so much this year, and all the spring flowers have just been so fun to look at. There's more that's popping, but I thought I would give you a little tour of the garden, because I would just love to walk with you in the garden and just talk together. And since that hasn't been possible for a long time, and I thought I would just take you on a virtual tour like everything else. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I am going to take you out the front door. So here's what you see first. That's my fake flowers. I normally don't do fake flowers, but you know, to live on the little front door thing, I had to. So I have begonias right here in this rocking chair. And I love begonias. They're annuals, but they're just drought tolerant and they're just so wonderful. In my rail baskets, I have ivy. That's my trailer, because you know what they tell you to do is you need a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. Well, this is my spiller. It'll come down and go over the sides. The begonias will come up. I don't really have like a real thriller. Seriously. This is my chocolate vine that I just love, that I planted years ago in a pot, and it just creates gnarly vines. And up in there, oh good, there's Mama Mourning Dove sitting on her baby. I've been taking lots of pictures of her. They remodeled an old nest, which I just love that they did that, just like we remodeled our house. And they started their little family there. Mourning doves usually have two birds. She only has one, and I took a picture when she was out of the nest for a minute, and there was an egg that was unhatched, so now I know why. Then I have a pot here. Since I go with the cottage theme, I do a lot of ivy. Then I've got, which comes back every year, and then I've got an annual impatiens in there. And some of my favorite things over here, this is my chair. This is Dad's. I've got impatiens here that are annuals. I have to plant these every year. And then this is asparagus fern, which in some places is a perennial, but here it would die in the winter. But last winter I took it in and kept it inside and then brought it back out so I could keep it. And then I've got I think this is a regular Boston fern over here, and another asparagus fern under there. And then this is one of my favorite little things this year. It's another variety of a begonia that I have never in my life seen. It is so beautiful. It almost looks like a rose. It's got like kind of a lighter inside and then like peach tipped petals. It's just so beautiful. Begonias are so easy to grow. They are annuals, so unless I take this one in the winter, which I might, it will not make it in the winter here. But isn't that just gorgeous? I also stuck some more. I just keep taking some of my ivy from my other pots, little cuttings. They root really easily because I like having trailers, you know, things that'll spill over the edge. In these rail baskets, I've got some impatiens that are annuals, and then again I've got the ivy. But here's my little concrete guy. Here's a couple other fun things for the fall. When the fall happens, you want to plant something that blooms you want to have flowers, some that bloom in the spring, some in the summer, some in the fall, so that you have some kind of color blooming all the time. This is a mum, and so it'll produce some flowers in the fall. This is my concrete pots, which is kind of a cottage theme. More ivy. And then this little creeper that I just love, that's another trailer, just trails over the side, is called creeping Jenny, which I love it. See how it creeps over? So you can put that at the edge of any of your pots and put a little plant in there, and then you've got your spiller, what spills over the edge, and it comes back every year. And then I tucked a little impatient in there. I've got a Gerber daisy, which isn't blooming right now, a mum that will bloom, and then these sweet things are called candy tuft. I just love them, and they are perennial and they come back every year. See the vine on this thing? It's just so cool. And my poor little rosemary, I feel like it might be dying. I don't know. But anyway, right off the porch, Dad put the cobblestone in, which I love. And this is caladium. Here's a better looking, well, where's a good leaf? Well, they all look kind of sad right now. But I love caladium. That is annual. And then bacillum, I think, is what you say. This is a sweet little, I don't know, it almost looks like baby's breath. So I planted it to kind of go over the edge, and then I got a begonia here. And one of my little homeless friends gave me a few little fun things to put in the garden. A dog and some raccoons. And then this stuff, I cannot remember what that is. I'll have to look at the tag. It's in here somewhere. But I love it with a geranium. Once again, you can't even see the pot, but I love concrete pots. And then this angel that Kathy Trask back in Massachusetts days gave me. This, I'll have to find out what this is. I cannot remember. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, here it is. It is called Diamond Mountain. Whatever that is. That's what I have right there. And it's just a sweet little, I don't know, it's another little baby's breath looking thing. But I like going to have white and red and all that good stuff. These are September pinks. They are about yay tall, but then they'll shoot up a long stem about to right here with a beautiful little pink wispy thing, and they bloom more in August. These are called Lenten roses, and they're not anything to do with roses, but they bloom around Easter during Lenten season, thus Lenten roses. But they almost stay kind of evergreen for me all the time. Then I've got verbena, which is a perennial. Comes back. It looks a little sad right now, but it doesn't get as much sun. Then I've got some more geraniums in my rectangular planter. Then I put vinca vine, which will kind of spill down for the front, and that's a perennial, so it'll come back every year. These geraniums want, and then this is called Senorita Blanca. Hope I'm saying that right. I like to put white and red together like that, something. So this is my thriller, the geraniums are my filler, and this is my spiller. Anyway, and I think that's a weed. But then, so that's how that looks from here. And then up here, I have lots of creeping Jenny, even though it looks kind of yellowish right now because probably my soil needs something, because it's supposed to look green with that. But I have it in different pots. And then this is lamb's ear, which I love, and it comes back every year. These are just the best, aren't they? I just love these. They're called dahlias, and I've got 2 varieties. I just got these this year. I'm so excited, and I think they're perennials. Let's see. Oh, I don't know for sure. I thought they were. Can't remember. We'll find out. Then I got a mum that'll come up later. Then I wish you could see the bloom on this, but it is what you call a perennial geranium, and it's pink. Then these are purple salvia, and that's the perennial form of that. Then I wanted you to see, so when you come onto my little brick walkway. Dad did the high thing. This is another variety of a geranium. No, not geranium, begonia, I mean. And it's just got different kind of leaves, but it almost looks like a rose. I've never seen anything like this before. It's called Nonstop Red Begonia. Not a perennial, but man, I couldn't resist. And then I got some creeping Jenny that just will creep out around there and kind of flow over like it did that pot. And I've got another one of those begonias there. This is a coreopsis. It hasn't popped yet. It will. That'll be in the summer. And then let me show you from here. We put kind of these pavers that were left over that came off of this walkway. We pulled them up. Dad did. I didn't. Put them here. And I've got mandevilla here, and it makes these real pretty red trumpet flowers, which it's getting ready to bloom. And then these are called lobelia, and I just love them. Some more little like trailing things. And then of course I stuck ivy there, which will come back. And then I got weeds in there that I'm pulling. And another color of lobelia. Then this is coleus, and it's the sun kind. Most coleus goes in the shade. This is endless summer hydrangea, and it's getting ready to pop a bunch of big flowers, but that'll come. Not yet. Another coleus, some more lobelia. This is the mandevilla, and this is bacopa, I think is how you say it. Let's see. Yep, bacopa, and pretty sure that's an annual. And I stuck some more. This ivy will, it'll keep filling out, and it'll just trail down this cement pot, and that's what I love. I'm going to take you on the other side of the porch. Here's the porch, and there's the vine. I keep training it to go, so it's all the way and going down over to that side. I don't know what I'll do next, but here's another hydrangea, the smaller variety, so it doesn't get any bigger than this. There's a lily about to pop, and this is coreopsis. I have several of these. This purple bush, let me show you from back here. You can trim it to whatever you like. I kind of like it looking a little bit wild, but I do trim it down so it doesn't get too tall and too wide. But it's called Laura Petalum, and it has these beautiful little feathery little blossoms in the spring, but they've all gone by. I don't see any. They're just little feathery things at the end of these. I wish there was one on here I could show you, but I love this it's just a bush really, but it's a deep purple, and I just love it. And between that I have a thing that I'm gonna have to look up the name. It'll make really tall, almost daisy, not quite sunflower size, but big flowers like that. This is just some greenery. It's called euonymus, and I like to have the different shades of, you got deep purple here, you got a variegated green here, and you got green there with a flower that comes up, and your purple. And up here in front is yarrow, and they're getting ready to bloom these just pretty little dainty little thingies on the end. I even use these almost like ferns to cut and put in flower arrangements and stuff, because I have 2 of these, and then 2 of these Laura Petalum. I got something that's coming up here later. I'll tell you about that. This is something I just love. I have several of these. Isn't this color fantastic? These are called here, let me show you, because I'm not going to pronounce it right. Super bells. This one is a super bell. Calabraca is one other. These are super bells. They just have this, they're just so gorgeous. But I think this one, this is Super Bells Coralina. Let's see. Yeah. So I just have different varieties of these Super Bells. And this is Lantana, which is just a fantastic thing to plant. Annuals, sometimes they come back though, depending on where you live and where you put them. And I got some ivy trailing down out of this basket. These are dianthus. They come back every year and they're great. I put a little annual in the front, another begonia, because I get them by the 6 flat. A lot of ivy, begonia, and then just some spiky plants that they call it monkey grass here, with some ivy trailing. There's my quince bush that blooms in, late February, March, with these gorgeous, gorgeous pink flowers. If you never get a pink quince bush, I love a quince bush. The flowers come on the just bare wood, so it'll just have the wood and just like the most beautiful little pink flowers on it, and then the leaves come after that, kind of like a forsythia does the same thing. Yeah, so that's the front yard with some more dianthus. Down there I have right there I have some kind of fern. Well, this is my shade side. This is Japanese, some kind of Japanese fern. I'm trying to think of the name of it now. Japanese something. I just love it. Japanese painted fern, that's what it is. These are impatiens. This is lily of the valley, which in the spring does these beautiful little bell blooms, but that's gone by. And then this is a certain kind of fern that I can't remember. Here it is. Sun Queen, Emerald Queen fern. And I'm hoping that this is a perennial, that it will be with me for a long time to come. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get a lot of perennials. And these are coleuses. They're going to get about 12 feet high. And then some vinca vine to be some of my trailing down flower. Anyway, don't you just love this? Okay, I got to get my tag back down in there. And then I got the same setup here. I got a little nervous. This is my gas line. So I got nervous about digging in the ground around here, so I just put everything in pots. Still a work in progress. And this is an oak leaf hydrangea that will bloom. But I'll stop for now, and then I'll do another one for the backyard. But I just thought I'd show you this so far. All right, enjoy.